Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Fiona. I am an artist and illustrator based in the Pacific Northwest. It's such a nice night out tonight. I think we're gonna go for a walk, but in the meantime, I just figured I would sit out here and relax for a bit. Last night I did a couple drawings. I did one based off of a drawing that I did in my sketchbook. I think it was one of those things where I just kept trying to fix it and then it just kept making it worse. And I think there's a benefit to learning when to kind of abandon a painting, because it's not always going to turn out very well, and it's okay to kind of give up on it. But I've got my sketchbook out here. I might draw for a little bit. I've got these flowers, listen to the sound of the trees, and then go for a walk and just kind of unwind for the night. I work tomorrow, so just gonna take it easy so that it's not too late of a night. I feel like I don't sit out here enough, and I want to take advantage of the nice weather, especially when it's not super hot outside. I'm kind of losing the light here, so I don't know how much time I really have. Just trying to make use of it. I think sometimes it's hard to find a balance with when you're working, and finding the time to be able to create is tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you, trying to record this video has been an utter disaster. It's been a series of unfortunate events. I've tried to film this is my third time. I'm sweaty because it's just super humid outside. Anyways, gist of what I was saying from before is that I woke up really early. It is 7:30 a.m. That's early for me. I made some coffee, very needed. I've been trying to film this video for so long that it's almost cold, but I made some breakfast. As I was saying, or trying to say, is I subscribe to a Patreon. Her name's Sarah Dyer. She's a UK-based illustrator, and she does these Zoom calls. A lot of other artists do this too. Basically, you join, there's a theme, everything's timed. So the beauty of it is that you don't have to pick what you want to draw. You're just shown something and you draw it. Takes out the decision fatigue, and it's amazing. It's not usually your best work coming out of that because it's so quick, but it's fun. And I like listening. It just makes you feel like a part of something, like you're a part of a community, and there's all these other people drawing and they're chatting. But hopefully the day goes a little bit more smoothly. I need to film a video that I'm going to be uploading for my tomorrow. That's on the list for today. I'd like to go on a walk and play Stardew Valley. I'm a bit obsessed. I've played an insane amount of this game in the last week. I feel like my energy has been kind of chaotic this morning. I'm sweaty, my hair is floofy, you know, we're just doing the best we can over here. And that is going to be making some weird drawings this morning. So I will check in with you afterwards. I'm going to drink this coffee. Surprisingly, I'm not caffeinated right now, but we have goals in life, right? Yeah, I will see you after this. just finished the recorded Zoom and it was really fun. I actually really liked these pictures. They had just really interesting colors. I think that Sarah Dyer had taken them herself from a trip or something. It's just nice to draw places that like you really notice when the color palette is different than what you're used to or like what your go-tos are. I really have been loving, this is like one of my favorite greens. It's the Derwent Lightfast, the foliage. I'll show you what I did today and then what I did in the last Zoom call. I'm just gonna switch the camera overhead. So I started the sketchbook the 22nd. I'll just show you, honestly, just from the start. These were just pictures from when I took, pictures I just took from myself. And then this was just an illustration that I did from a sketch. I just taped it in here. And then just drawing some flowers and butterflies, of course. If you watched my last video, you know that I'm butterfly obsessed right now. And then just more random more random drawings for my imagination, just like butterflies that are doing some sort of construction in teacups or something. I don't really know. And then just like I drew this in my backyard. And then this was from a picture I just found online. And these were kind of some chaotic drawings from pictures I took in Chicago of my grandparents' backyard. But I think trying to make sense of leaves and, you know, plants and stuff like that can be really tricky. And then this was also from a picture that I took from their backyard. This is their garage, and I've drawn this before, but I was kind of in a funk and this just really helped. I like sat on my bed and used markers and just random materials. There's some pan pastels, which I hadn't used in a while, which was fun to use. And then this is the start of the Sarah Dyer, the first Zoom that I did. This was the divers. There's some jellyfish and I think this was just a warm-up, like a couple minute drawings of dolphins. And then some divers, which kind of are wonky, but like kind of fun. I don't know. I kind of like these. More divers. This one's like really long, lanky, but you know, this was 5 minutes. And then these were the two like longer ones. I really like how this one turned out. Just with coral and then some fish, and it was like coral reef kind of. And I used soft pastels and colored pencils. I think I did the base with watercolor, I think, for both of these. This one I think I just struggled with the values of everything because this was like really dark and I like drew over it with some like white, like neocolor probably, but then it just kind of, I don't know, it was like a push and pull kind of that was not maybe coming to fruition. Like this one, feel like it fades more, there's more like depth maybe, and I like the textures that I got here. I used some like pastels as well. And then this was another drawing. This was the last one. I think I had kind of, from this one, I felt a little discouraged. So I just drew and, you know, just to do it. And then, so this was from today. So the theme was the pictures, like the architecture in Italy from her trip. And this was the first one. I think it was, I don't know if this was 15 minutes, but I just did pencil and that was fun. Some of it kind of transferred. And then this was the next one. And I think I did the same thing where I did the base with watercolor and then went on top of it with like neocolor. There's colored pencil. Here's that foliage green that I'm like super obsessed with. And I used some soft pastel as well. And then this was the last one. This was 20 or 30 minutes maybe. Maybe it's, I can't honestly remember. Sometimes I just get so lost in like listening to the conversations. It's just so relaxing and I don't even realize how much time has gone by. I feel like there's some interesting things going on here. Like I like the plants. I really like how this turned out. I think it's just maybe lacking a little bit of grounding to the scene. It was nice to play with materials, and so yeah, I think overall it was a fun Zoom call and I did most of it. I think there was one more for this one at the end that I didn't finish, and I just love the colors of this one. So I think that like it doesn't feel like a finished drawing, but like it feels like the atmosphere of this is probably my favorite. This one just feels like the color palette's maybe a little lost too, but anyways, yeah, it was fun. Gotten as much done as I would have, oh, hello Phoebe, as I would have liked today. I was really productive in the morning when I first woke up, did some art, I filmed that video, like what materials I've been liking lately. But then I took a nap and I've been playing on my Switch, just like chilling on the couch. We're leaving for Chicago next week and that feels kind of crazy. Like I don't know, like that really like snuck up on me. This will be the second time we've been in like a month or month and a half, so it'll be nice to see more of what we didn't get to see, and I'm gonna, you know, see some friends I haven't from high school, and so that's been a long time. But the rest of the night I'm not really sure. I think I've got to make dinner. We'll see if I draw again today. I'm feeling very low energy and a bit disheveled from my nap. Yeah, Phoebe obviously is the star of the show. Might go on a... Yeah, so just figured I'd check in. Kind of boring. I've been in my pajamas all day, so it's just one of those days. I've been very comfy. It's raining outside and I just couldn't be asked for much.
Just drift all over my shirt. You gotta be fucking kidding me. What is happening? Well, that's fun.
Did you just put your lid on or what?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. It is Monday morning. I am making some coffee right now. I'm meeting with my thesis mentor in about 20 minutes. So last night I stayed up kind of late because I was scanning in all of my sketchbook stuff to show like an update on the work I've been doing. That's just like a process as well. I need to get like a hard drive or something in order to store all of these scans because it's gonna quickly take up all of my computer space. I feel like it's been a minute since I've checked in and yesterday we went to get breakfast, and there was a really long wait, so we stopped at this really cute coffee shop. And I feel like typically the art at places like that I don't really like, but I feel like the art was kind of cool, and I actually kind of liked it. And I liked the art, and I forgot to film, but I liked the art in the place we went to breakfast too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to with my talking about my thesis, just because I feel like I've felt kind of lost with it. It'll just be nice to get her opinion and her feedback to kind of move forward, because I was on such a roll and then I had that dip, and it's been really hard to get out of it. The only way out is through. I just spilled coffee everywhere. I feel like I'm always making a mess. But after the meeting, I'm going to try and draw, I think, hopefully. And then a bit later this afternoon, we're gonna go to, my sister, boyfriend, and I are going to go to H Mart, the Korean grocery store. My family and I, when I was a kid, I lived in Korea for 7 years. And so it's been a while since we've been to a Korean grocery store, so that'll be fun. It's always nice to see just snacks or food from when we were kids. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then Nadia, my sister, has been craving a caramel apple, so that is a very important task of the day. And I think I will probably get one too, because that just sounds really good. It's like super random craving, but I'm here for it. So I'm gonna drink my coffee, I'm gonna get set up for my meeting, and then I will check in with you later. Well, you're not gonna be in it.
Where's ours in?
So I realized that I had forgotten to show you what I ended up getting at the art store. I was so restrained. I was really proud of myself. So I went in because I needed replacements of these two colors. They're the Blue Denim and Prismacolor Ultramarine. So I got these two, but then of course I got distracted on a little side quest. So I've swatched these out already, but I got two colors. This is Deco Peach. It's Prismacolor. And it's just like a really soft peach, like pink color, because I realized I have, like, when I was looking at like some of the other colors I have, they're kind of just all more like orangier, kind of brownier pinks, and I didn't have one that's like this, so it was a risk because I often buy colors that are like colors I already have, but I'm glad I got this one. And then the other one I bought, which I realized I like don't have one of these, this is lemon yellow, and this is a luminance color, so I swatched it over here. I thought this would be really nice for like highlights, and to compare it with this was the golden bismuth yellow that I've been using a lot and I really like. But just having the lemon yellow, I feel like will just be really nice. And then this is a Derwent Lightfast. This is banana. And so these ones are pretty similar. I would say this is more like a Indian yellow or like yellow ochre kind of. There's like a touch more maybe like green. But yeah, so I'm happy with what I got. I'm really proud of myself with my self-restraint. I also wanted to show you, because I realized I had forgotten from the other day when I was drawing. Let's see. So I had shown this when I was sitting on the couch, and then later, I don't know, I think this was later in the day, I drew these two things. They were just pictures from my grandma's things that she had in her house. These are all like thesis related kind of things. So, and this was a shell that I didn't really like how this turned out, and honestly, I didn't love this either, but it was because there's something on Instagram going on. It's like the 3 materials challenge. And so I decided to try it myself. I've done it before, but it can be really tricky, but it's a nice challenge. And then I just got out my pen. This is the Pentel Sign Pen, and I really, really like it. It just kind of has like a different vibe when you go with a thicker like pen line. But also just like thinking about line weight and things like that is just like a nice reminder, especially when you're working in ink. And then I just did some thumbnails for ideas. I don't know. I was feeling kind of lost with my thesis. I had a really good talk with my thesis mentor, and she was just saying not to worry too much about knowing exactly the direction where things are going. And I think sometimes I take too literal of an interpretation. So I just need to be a little bit less literal. And so I was like, you know what? I don't do enough warm-up. So I did this warm-up the other day of just some butterflies, because I've been loving butterflies, and just no expectations. It doesn't really serve a purpose other than just to getting warmed up. So I'm going to try and incorporate this more into my work of just like doing a warm-up where it's like the stakes are so low, like I don't have to worry at all. But I've got to get packed up. We're heading out to Chicago. Our flight's at 6 a.m., so that'll be fun. But thank you all so much for watching. I believe in 2 weeks I'm going to have the Chicago vlog finally. I'm going to combine them in for both trips into one. And then next week I think will be a materials video. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye.